Good morning, you guys. What is up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a new vlog. I don't know what it is, but lately I have been itching to film workday content again. I don't know why, but I really wanted to. So I'm gonna take you guys along on a workday today, and I always get so many requests to talk about how I stay motivated working from home and like my tips and tricks for working from home. So I thought that could be a really fun little video to film. So we're gonna do that today. It's currently like 7:30. The sun was coming in hot this morning. I woke up on my own at like 6:50. I think it's just because it was really sunny out. So I love getting an early start when I just like wake up naturally on my own. But I'm just finishing up my cup of water. I'm actually gonna make a coffee again, which you guys saw I already had a hot coffee, but it tasted really off. I don't know if it's our milk that's like starting to go bad, and try it iced and try one of my new creamers maybe. But I'm really excited to take you guys along my day today. If you guys are new here, hi, hello, my name is Carter. I work a part-time corporate job as an HR and education coordinator in corporate healthcare. So I do a lot of recruitment for fellows, which is like after residency when you want to subspecialize in a specific department in the hospital. I also plan conferences and just kind of do some other stuff. I wear a lot of hats and I work 3 to 4 days a week. And yeah, I'm super excited to take you guys along on my day today. I just redid my office, so I'm just feeling really motivated in itself to just like work from there. And I also just want to say that every day is a little bit different. While I try and maintain the same routine when I'm working from home, every day is going to look a little bit different depending on the weather, depending on what I have going on, and maybe I'm going into the office, yada yada yada. But this is just what I'm doing today. And yeah, so let's jump into it and let's make a better coffee. We've got our espresso. I'm literally so excited to try this, you guys. I'm literally doing the smallest splash because you guys know I don't like sweet coffee. All right, we have acquired a much better coffee and it is time to slowly get into the workday. I did want to mention, because obviously when you work a corporate job, you only get an hour break, and I am going to be filming throughout the day, that today I'm not actually working my corporate job. It's just so much easier to film, which I'm still working. I'm working for myself. I'm gonna be doing some emails, bookkeeping, stuff like that. But it's a lot easier to film these videos on the days when I'm not working my corporate job, because I can talk to you guys more and I can talk through a lot more with you guys. When you're working a 9 to 5 workday, which is why I like to film work weeks more than work days, like when I'm actually working my corporate job, I can only take that 1 hour break and spread that out over the day and talk to you guys. But keep in mind, I also have a dog who needs to go on a walk. I also want to move my body, and it just is really hard. And obviously I don't want to get in trouble with my corporate job, so it's just a lot easier to film these videos on non-corporate work days. But I'm going to give you guys all the same tips and tricks that I take along my corporate days. Just wanted to give that little disclaimer, because a lot of you guys, when I asked you what kind of workday content you want to see, a lot of you guys were like, we wanted to like actually work with you and have the camera on and take us through stuff. But when you're working a corporate job, I obviously can't like share my screen and show you guys much. So I figured it would just be easier if I filmed this on like a self-employed workday. And I do have some meetings and stuff today, so I figured it would just be a bit easier and I can kind of talk to you guys a little bit more. But we have our coffee. We are slowly going to get ready for the workday now. I have a few things that I do before work to kind of like set myself up for a successful workday and kind of turn on my work mode. I think especially when you work from home, it's kind of hard to differentiate your office and also home since they're in the same spot. So one thing I've started doing is a commute to work. And honestly, it's a double whammy. I take Sel for a walk, and that walk to me signals the start of my workday. So it's like I'm leaving the house, I'm leaving like home me, and I'm coming in work me. I'm like coming into my office. So yeah, that's something that has really helped me, is having a little bit of like a commute to my office, and I use it as the time to get some fresh air. I think it's super important to get outside and get some sun first thing in the morning, and also take Stella for a little walk and just start my day on a good note. I love to start with a podcast. I find that when I like, you know, roll out of bed, roll off the couch and right into work, there's no distinguishing work and home, and that's something I struggle with. So having a little bit of like a walk as a commute and listening to a podcast and feeling like I'm truly going to work is something that's been really helpful. So let's head out on a little morning walk, and then we'll get ready for the day, which is another big tip I have, is to just get ready, get out of your pajamas, and then we'll start the workday. And I'm so excited to spend it with you guys. also feel like no one talks about this, but sniffing is such good stimulation for dogs, and it's such a great way to tire her out first thing in the morning. So we just take a nice leisurely walk around the block, and I let her sniff as much as she wants. We are back from our walk, and my second tip of the day is to get ready for the day, which is going to mean different things for different people. I just touched up a few of my curls, and then I threw on some mascara. Some days it means like fully getting ready. Some days like today I just put on a little mascara and concealer, but I am going to put some earrings on and getting dressed, which when I'm working from home, to me getting dressed just means an oversized sweater and leggings, but I don't let myself work in sweatpants. So this is like my little uniform, if you will, and I am still working on my coffee because something I'm trying to work on is savoring my coffee and not just like gulping it back. Just taking the time to savor it, especially since I'm trying to only do one coffee a day right now. Obviously I treat myself occasionally, but I'm trying to really just savor the coffee. So was watching some YouTube, did a little 5-minute makeup, and now I am ready. Let's start the workday. We're obviously in my office. Don't mind the green tape and the yellow doors. I do need to add that to my to-do list to do this week, but we are starting the work day. I feel like I have so many tips for you guys. I am so excited about this video. I'm so freaking excited. Okay, I have a few like first thing in the morning tips when it comes to starting your work day. So the first is to have something that signals the beginning and the end of your work day. Because when you're in the office, something like opening your computer and shutting your computer is what signifies to your brain the beginning and end of your workday. And I like to have something like that for home. So that could be opening your computer up, closing it. Mine, for some reason, is opening the blinds in my office and closing them. So you guys saw me do that. That is what like signifies to me that the workday is starting. It can be whatever you want, honestly. It doesn't even need to be the same thing in the morning and the afternoon. You just need to have something to signal the workday is starting and the workday is ending. The next is to have a work morning routine, which has been a game changer for me. I'm very type A, but I also get very, very distracted really easily at home. And so I can also film a whole video on how I like stay focused and whatnot. I guess this video kind of is how I stay focused and have motivation working from home, but having a work morning routine and structuring my day is really important. Also, time blocking is super big, but you guys already know that I'm a big fan of time blocking. So my work morning routine consists of, which I've talked about this before if you've watched the work videos, I'll make a to-do list and then I will go through my emails. Another tip that I have for you guys in terms of like staying focused when you're working from home and staying motivated is to not check your emails throughout the day unless you have a job that requires you to do so. For example, my previous job when I was working in like IT support, I obviously was checking emails throughout the day because requests were coming in. But now that I'm in a job where, you know, I don't need to check emails 24/7. I set aside 2 time blocks in my day to check my emails. So check my emails at the beginning of my day, at lunch, and at the end of the day, which helps me stay focused because I find, let's say I'm working on a task and then I check my emails and an important email pops in or something that I want to take care of quickly, then I lose my focus and then I forget the task that I was doing before. Obviously, it's not going to work for everyone's situation. You obviously have to be in a job where you can kind of do that. Because I work a part-time corporate job, I already have automatic replies on my emails, and I'm not really micromanaged or anything. So for me, it works really, really well to set aside time throughout the day to check my emails. And then once my emails are done, then I make my action plan for the day and I make myself a to-do list. I'm a big fan of 3. I don't know why 3 is like my number. Top 3 priorities. You don't want to overwhelm yourself. You don't want to put too little on your plate. So I do 3 things on my to-do list, and that's kind of how I start my like work day off. I'll share a picture here of what my time blocking looks like for today to give you guys an idea. I follow the same time blocking regardless if I'm working my corporate job or working for myself. And I am going to enter a focus block now, which focus blocks to me are really, really helpful. I basically put on my headphones, even though I work from home by myself. Matt's not here, he goes into the office every day. And I'm a huge fan of instrumental playlists, so I'll do like Game of Thrones. I've been doing The Sims lately, just like some good instrumental music. And I will work undistracted for whatever amount of time it is. Today it'll be probably like an hour. And then after that, I can take a break and like go make breakfast or something. So that's kind of how I work. Obviously everyone's gonna work differently, but I work really, really well in focus blocks. Just what works for me. So I'm gonna get started on my first focus block, which is actually to finish up editing a video that's gonna go up in the next few days. My first focus block, typically I follow like a Pomodoro technique, so however long my focus block is or my work block is, I will reward myself with like a break, whether it's like 5, 10, 15 minutes, and then obviously at lunch I do a longer break. But I'm gonna take a little 10-minute break now. That's why it's a lot easier to film these on days I'm working for myself, because I can just like kind of take my breaks when I want and just talk to you guys a little bit more and actually like film me working, which I know you guys like to see, and I do too. I don't really like watching work vlogs where I can't like see people actually working, right? These little smoothies are awesome. I'm someone who needs to eat small meals frequently because of my like acid reflux and chronic nausea, so those are really great. But I'm gonna go make myself a bit of a bigger meal now. My vlog is exporting so I can upload that for this week. The thing I'm trying to work on is technology-free breaks. I'm really trying to work on reducing my screen time, which I feel like I don't have a really high screen time. My screen time is probably like 3 hours. Well, I guess that's high to people that aren't in the creator space, but I feel like I see creators that have like 7, 8 hours screen time. Mine is around 3, and one thing I've really been doing is phone-free and technology-free breaks. So reading, I can consume like YouTube or something, but I really try not scroll on my phone because I feel like that's just very mindless of me. Another thing I really utilize is focus settings. So I have a time to work focus setting that the only people that can reach me are my manager and my parents and Matt. If I utilize that, and I've been trying to just like leave my phone in my office when I go and take breaks and stuff and just kind of have some phone free time. And then what is on my schedule for the day? That's the nice thing about time blocking too, is you don't have to think about it. You've already planned your day out, and you can do this like the night before, the morning of, whenever, but it's nice because I don't have to think like, okay, what am I gonna do next? And then like spend time procrastinating doing tasks because you're trying to plan your day out like task by task. So I find time blocking super helpful because I can just look and already see my day lined up. So this is breakfast number 1 of like a few, because I like to eat small meals often. So I used to be an avocado toast hater, and I'm like so late to the game. It's literally 2023, but it's just been a great way to get in healthy fats. This side has pickled onions and some crumbled Havarti, and this side has some prosciutto and some balsamic vinegar, and obviously the avocado underneath, which I season with onion powder, garlic powder, dill, and salt and pepper. And then I got my birth control. I'm just gonna sit and read while I eat my breakfast. Like I said, phone free breaks help me stay more focused. I'm gonna get my water.
I am someone who loves flavored water, but I like it to be really subtle, and that's why I love water drops. It just adds the slightest taste to a link. You guys can click that and get various discounts on the water bottles and my
All right, we're back from the dog park. I didn't take any clips because we weren't actually there for super long because we were both working. Typically we'll go at the end of the day on like Mondays or Fridays, and we'll go for like, you know, 45 minutes to an hour, but today we just went for like 30 minutes just to get the dogs out of the house. And I'm heading into my second focus block. I need to map out all of my videos for this week, so I can show you guys what that looks like after, but I use a Notion dad base. I'll show you guys what it looks like, and I basically just map out all my videos in case I don't plan out vlogs, but if I'm filming like a sit down video or a video like this where I want to give you guys tips and tricks, I write all those down just so I make sure I don't forget them. So headphones are going on, we're gonna work some more. I've been slacking at showing you the food today, so I was coming in hot trying to get it, but I'm being real here. I really wanted some curly fries, so I'm having some curly fries and some celery for balance, but I really just want the curly fries. So we've got the date, the title, the status, the content type, and the sponsor. So for example, you can actually open this, all of these details here that you can write about your video. So I've just been kind of planning my videos out for the month, and also just planning out a bit of short form. So if it has a little video camera, it's long form, and then a little phone is short form. And I've just been trying to kind of plan out a bit of short form content. And yeah, so that's what I spent my afternoon doing. I have some video brainstorms and all that kind of stuff. Next tip that I have for you guys, probably one of my last tips for the day, even though I'm going to vlog for a little bit longer, is having things to look forward to. I just know myself, and I think that's another tip too, is to just know yourself and know how you are when you work from home. I tend to lose steam around 2 o'clock. It's like 2:30 right now. And so I always give myself something to look forward to in the afternoon. It doesn't need to be anything big. I'm not telling you to go buy yourself a freaking Louis Vuitton purse every time you lose motivation, but I am a beverage girl, so I always have a fun beverage for the afternoon, whether it's like kombucha, pop, a mocktail, maybe a little afternoon decaf coffee. I always give myself something to look forward to, and that is one of my biggest tips, especially for the afternoon slump. You know, associate it with something fun. I always associate the afternoon with a fun beverage, and then I kind of look forward to it and I switch it up, and it's really fun. Or you could also reward yourself with some curly fries, because that sounded really good. I'm gonna power through the next hour of work with my kombucha and my curly fries and see where the rest of the afternoon takes us. Cheers. Okay guys, the workday is done. I always try and spend the last like 30 to 45 minutes of my workday walking. I don't know why, it's just like my routine. So I just finished that up, and now it's time to close down this very messy office. It just gets messy so quick. I don't know how it happens, you know? All right, I'm gonna do a quick little 2-minute tidy up. I'm gonna check back over my to-do list super quick, and then we will end the day off. There. I don't know how my sunglasses got up here, but okay. This is the best part. Ready? Goodbye. One thing I'm very, very strict on, you guys know I went to look for my Apple Watch, I realized it's charging, is I'm very, very strict on myself with work-life balance. I don't work a minute later than I have to. I don't check my Teams, my emails, or anything on my phone. I don't have any work apps on my phone, period. So when the workday is done, she is done. And like I said at the beginning of this video, I always do something to signify that it's the end of the workday, which is kind of like wrapping up and saying goodbye to the office, like closing the door, like physically closing the office door and then not opening it again until I start work tomorrow. You guys know I typically work from 8 to 4, and I typically check my emails for the last time at 3 to 3:30. That is it. Let's say goodbye to work for the day. I'm very excited. And another thing that like signifies the end of the workday is going to the dog park with Stella. It's just like our after work routine. So I'm going to close up here and head to the dog park. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm not going to take you guys through my night routine just because I take you guys along like literally every single day. Like y'all know the drill by now. We go to the dog park, we make dinner, we watch TV. Like we're a very simple homebody couple, so not much goes on around here. But let me know if you guys want to see more of these like workday vlogs, or if you like the work weeks. I kind of just wanted to do this one as a work day in depth and share with you guys my tips for like motivation and staying focused at home. But I know that work weeks are probably a lot more fun because one day just isn't always super exciting. Like today I didn't do anything crazy, I didn't get any fun packages. Just a very normal day, but I also know that you guys like this kind of content. It's a very typical average day around here. We don't get packages every day. We don't get coffee out every day. Just a very typical day at home. I'm not really leaving the house. Didn't really do anything crazy fun, and that's totally okay. That's life. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let's do a quick little closing shift, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. All right, should we go to the dog park? Let's go.